Institute, and I'm with Jeffrey Nash. He's got a class that he's teaching for us September 15th and 16th. Jeffrey Nash is a life integration practitioner, and he's the founder of the Awakening Process. And I wanted him to share with you what's so great about this class coming up in September and why I'm so excited that he's teaching for us. So thanks for having us talk to you today. And there is a reason why he doesn't have his shirt on, so stay tuned. So Jeff, tell us, why should someone want to come to your class? What's in it for them? What pain are you going to help them with?
Well, the class is called Personal Process Unwinding, and I use the term unwinding there because for me, the principle of unwinding is really about getting back to our natural healing nature, because we're unwinding the things that are in the way of our healing. So the class is going to be focusing on different ways we can personally access our natural healing abilities, our natural healing tendencies that are always trying to help us, whether it be through our emotions, which is a big thing because in our culture there's so much focus on trying to fix, quote unquote, the bad emotions, when most people don't realize the emotions are actually part of the immune system. And we're going to be focusing very succinctly on not only how science shows us that the emotions are part of their immune system, but how to work with them as allies.
Well, one thing that comes up a lot in our culture is anxiety. And I know as a new practitioner, a lot of our practitioners might be feeling anxious about starting their business or maybe working with a challenging client. Tell us a little bit about how you work with anxiety, and I know you had a story that I'd love for you to share.
Yes, I was working with a musician once who had a challenge with her anxiety because she was an excellent violinist, but when she would go to auditions, the anxiety would become so overwhelming that she would freeze up and she couldn't get any jobs. But when we worked with helping her use that as an ally, she wrote to me after we had done that work, and she went to her auditions, and not only had she gotten the job, but she told me she couldn't even feel her fingers, but they were doing all the right things, and there was a teacher, the top violin teacher in the area, had seen her at the audition and contacted her to come and work with him. So this is something that I find is very consistent. When we shift the way we relate to our emotions and get back to letting them do their job as actually part of our immune system, they become great helps to us, great helpers in our lives, and help us find the things we need to learn, help us to deal with things and eliminate things that need to be eliminated from our lives. They really can help us do the things we want to do, that we really want to do in our lives.
So it's like bringing us all, it feels like you're bringing us all together and appreciating all the bits, even though they may be scary or fearful or shameful or painful. It's like all of this, we have all this power.
Absolutely. You know, every one of the emotions that you just spoke of has a very specific function in our lives. They each have a job that they need to do. You think of fear, for instance. If you go out onto a highway and there's a car coming at you at 50 miles an hour, you feel fear, you feel terror, but that's very healthy. It helps you to motivate to change the situation so that you're safe. And all of the emotions have jobs like that. It's so important to allow them to do their work. And when I work with my clients, I notice how transformational it is. Because most people are trying to avoid those things that they find uncomfortable.
Yes.
And in avoiding them, of course, they end up getting more power because we push them away, then they push back harder because they're trying to help us. They're trying to bring us information. So we're going to be working with that emotionally, but also physically, getting back to listening to the feedbacks that our bodies are giving us. For instance, about posture. One of the things, yes, you know, our culture tells us good posture is chest up, shoulders back, stomach in. And then what happens is the body is put under pressure. So when I'm working with my clients, most back problems, probably well over 90%, actually come from good posture. As they strive to put themselves in the right position. And then, of course, they put more pressure on the body, and the body complains more, and they override that feedback from the body with this idea of rightness.
Fascinating. Well, As you can see, Jeffrey is an amazing resource, and his practitioner skills are incredible, and he's a great teacher. So we'll be seeing him on September 15th and 16th, Life Energy Institute, and stay tuned because what's next, you'll be blown away. Thanks, Jeffrey.
Thank you, Tracy.
I can't wait for the class.
Me too. Okay, I just wanted to show you one way that I stretch myself. One of the things I find in process is stretching is useful as long as you can digest it. So this is one of the things I do to stretch. Hope to see you at the class.